Hi, today I'm going to show you how I make Po Rou. First, start off with a nice cut of pork belly that's got even layers of fat as well as lean meat. Next, place the pork in a pot and then fill it up with water, enough to cover the pork. Next, throw in a few pieces of ginger to remove the gamey taste of the pork. Now we're going to start a fire and start boiling this for around 10 minutes. You start the timer once the water starts to boil, and again boil for about 10 minutes. As the pork starts to boil, you can see the scum starts coming out on top. You can start removing all the scums from the top and let it continue to boil for another 10 minutes. After boiling for 10 minutes, pour away the hot water on the pot and then cool it down immediately with fresh water, and then rinse the pork with your hands. Make sure that it's clean from all the scum. Next, what you do is you cut the pork into cubes. So roughly about 4 centimeters per cube. Okay. Okay, next what we're going to do is to tie up the meat, and the reason why we need to do that is because the meat will be so soft that it may fall apart and not maintain its shape after it's cooked. So what you do is you use a piece of twine. This can be purchased from NTUC or Cold Storage, and then what you do is you go to the top, make one round like this, do a simple twist, then tighten it down at the bottom. Now once you're at the bottom here, just tie it up. It could be a dead knot, that's fine. The idea is to make sure that it won't fall apart up when it's cooked. Okay, once you've done that, cut off the extra thread or twines that you have there, and you're done. This is one piece of meat that's been tied up. Okay? And do the same for the rest of the pork. Right. After you finish tying up the pork cubes, it should look like this. All beautifully bundled up. Alright, next thing you do is to get a stock of leek. Again, you can get this at the grocery store. Cut roughly about a third of it, because this is to line the bottom of the Instant Pot to prevent the meat from sticking when you're cooking the pork belly. Alright, roughly do these cuts. Then what you do with the leek is that you line it up at the bottom of the pot as best as you can. You can even spread it out, cut it up and spread it out like what you see here. Next, you get some spring onions and you do the same thing on top of the next layer. So same thing, just fold it up as best as you can. Then put it into the pot to cover the base, to make sure that the pork doesn't touch the base when you're cooking later. Okay, after we put in the spring onions, now load it up with some garlic. Spread out the garlic. And then again, fill up with some more ginger. Make it flat so that the meat can just rest on top of all these wonderful seasoning and flavors. Okay. The next thing you do is to put the meat on top of the vegetable, skin side down. You're going to cook for 30 minutes, skin side down, and then release pressure, then turn it to skin side up and cook for another 30 minutes. All done. Now the next step is to add in 2 cups of Shaoxing wine. This is important, though there's a lot of wine, but when you cook it, the alcohol will evaporate. So don't worry, you won't get drunk. Next, add about 1 cup of light soy sauce. About 4 tablespoons of dark soy sauce for the color. Not too much because this will make the whole thing a bit black. So not too much of the dark soy sauce. Okay? About 4 tablespoons of it. Next, fill it up with water until it covers almost covers the pork. For the extra taste, put in a couple of star anise, 2 of the cinnamon sticks, and put in some bay leaves for flavoring. Next, also add in about 60 grams of rock sugar. This rock sugar is to make it sweeter, at the same time also tenderizes the meat. Now we're done. Put all the ingredients into the Instant Pot. Put on the cover. As usual, make sure that the liver is in seal. And then adjust the cooking time. So you're going to pressure cook. Go to custom. Press cooking time. Cook for 30 minutes. Press start. That's it. The whole cooking time is about an hour, but after 30 minutes we've got to stop it, release the pressure, turn the meat with the skin facing up, and then we cook for another 30 minutes. See you later. Okay, the 1 hour cooking is up. Earlier on I had released the pressure, turned the meat upside down to have the skin side facing upwards, and then I started it for another 30 minutes. So let me release the pressure now. Remember, when you release the pressure, put a damp piece of cloth on top and then let the pressure off. Continue to release the pressure. It's almost done. Put it up. Let the knot drop and then you can open it up. Alright, let's open it and take a look. Be careful, it's hot. Ooh, hot. Beautiful. Now you notice there's still a lot of liquid in there. So what you need to do now is to continue to put it under saute. So you go to here, you cancel off the power. Okay, then you turn it to saute high heat. Press timer. Add an hour to that. And then press start. So this will keep simmering until the liquid has reduced to a slightly thicker portion. Then it's ready. So after you have taken out the meat and plated it, the next thing you need to do is thicken the sauce. So what we do with the sauce is see that the sauce is still a bit diluted. So what you need to put a bit of corn flour, and then what you do is you stir in to thicken the sauce. Okay, once you see that the sauce is thick enough, Alright, what you do is turn off the fire, scoop the sauce, and then go over your pork. Look at all the wonderful gravy. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Po Rou. Enjoy!